Yay.
Okay, it says webinar is now streaming live.
Oh, yep, there we are.
Are we on live?
I verified we are on live.
All right, we are here and on live with you guys tonight for Sunday Night Live. Thank you all for joining us. Those of you who are joining us live, or if you're joining us on the replay, welcome. Or if you're joining us on the YouTube channel, or if you're joining us on Zoom, welcome to you. No, this is not the gala. Somehow my red lipstick made me look extra fancy tonight. But I'm Amy Miller, and I'm joined here by the lovely Jennifer Maynard with Healthier, Happier You, and Melissa Ashford Johnson with Life on Purpose.
I'm not lovely.
You're here tonight.
You're lovely too.
I'm not lovely too.
You're lovely
Oh,
too.
did I not say? Oh, well, I meant to say you're both lovely, and yes, Melissa, you are lovely.
Super lovely.
So, I was like moving on, and you were like, I had no idea where we were. Okay. We are coming to you with the hottest topics that you request. And so, and we are covering doTERRA A to Z. So we've been doing this series for a few weeks now. So we are now brought to you by the letter D.
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 That's D.
That's D.
That's D.
And we have a lot to cover tonight. We are going to be covering DDR Prime and the DDR Prime soft gels. Who knew that there was all of these? I don't even have the pump to show you all of these beauties that are deep blue. Look at all of these. We're going to be talking about deep blue roller, deep blue touch, deep blue rub, the deep blue polyphenols. Did you know there was even something you could take in your mouth? DigestZen, the DigestZen touch, DigestZen soft gels, Digest tabs, and we're going to be talking about the single oils of Dill and Douglas fir. Okay, so thank you guys for joining us. And yeah, so we're going to be talking about, maybe having a rumble in our tummies, overcoming some learning struggles and healing from the past, protecting ourselves from going wonky, and a whole lot more. So now, those of you who tuned in at the beginning, I have a little gift for you, and I didn't even share this gift with Jennifer and Melissa. They're going to love this gift.
I wonder what we were doing.
And I'm actually going to have to see if I can. I don't think I have it pulled up ahead of time, so let me see if I can find it real quick.
Well, how about while you're doing that, you want me to talk about the poll questions?
Yes, let's ask everybody what they want to know about these oils.
Got it. Okay, you guys. So the questions that we kind of had out there for you tonight were, okay, so I love my DigestZen and Deep Blue. What would be the benefit in having them in a touch? We're going to talk about that. I have the big C in my family. What can I use to protect myself? I have an artificial tree. Any tricks for making my house smell like a Christmas tree farm? What if you tend to overeat at Thanksgiving? We are asking for a friend. Not actually us, it's a friend that overeats at Thanksgiving, but what do we do? How do I know when to use Digest tabs versus DigestZen versus DigestZen soft gels? And then what about Dill? How do I use this oil in the kitchen? What are the other health benefits of it? So we've got all of those questions, and if there's something that you are super interested in hearing about and you didn't get to take part in the poll, just comment below, just a word, whether it's the tree, whether it's Dill, whether it's Thanksgiving, whatever it is for you, just go ahead and comment below, and then we'll make sure to take a look at those. And the top ones that actually came up for us were, how do you know when to use Digest tabs versus DigestZen versus the soft gels? And what if you tend to overeat at Thanksgiving? So I feel like I'm seeing a bit of a trend here with our stomachs in Thanksgiving. And there you go. We're going to talk about the Dill and then DigestZen Deep Blue and all of the above. So we're looking forward to getting with that. And then Amy's got our freebie up.
Look at this gift we have for you guys. Now, Some of you may have been joining on our Free Friday series on Facebook Live. We've been talking about dreaming, and we've actually finished that series. But thinking about that, if you've got a million dreams, or maybe you're wishing that you had some dreams going on, this is a blend for you to be able to dream big and start taking action on those dreams. And so look what's in this, you guys. So you're going to want to take a snapshot of this or screenshot it and jot it down really quickly. But it's got one of the oils that we're going to talk about tonight. In fact, it's the top oil, Douglas fir, 8 drops of Douglas fir, 8 drops of tangerine, 5 drops of wild orange, 3 drops cypress, 3 drops lime, 2 drops arbor vitae, and 2 drops ginger. And then add in your FCO, and you've got an amazing blend for just really helping your body to begin to think about that, taking action on the dreams that you have. And maybe it's dreaming of health. Maybe it's dreaming of helping more people. Maybe it's a dream of getting out of the job that you're stuck in, that you know it's not for you. Whatever that is, this is a great blend that you can use. And I'm going to see if I can find here. Where did I write down? Yeah, so your Douglas fir is really great for helping you with wisdom, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more later on tonight. Tangerine for creativity. Wild orange is for helping you to think in abundance. Cypress is for helping you get unstuck. Lime is for determination and courage. Arbor vitae, of course, our tree oils for helping keep you grounded. And ginger is an oil of empowerment, actually taking action and taking charge on those things and being bold about them. So exciting. Comment below with million dreams if you think you'll use this blend, or if you have somebody in mind that this blend would be great for. So that's our gift to you guys tonight. And so we're going to move on in that. I want you guys, before we dig in here, hey, Gerald and Michelle. Hey, Bill. Hey, Pam. Hey, Sherry. Glad you guys are joining us live tonight. So we're going to dig right in, and we're going to talk about this whole Thanksgiving and this tendency to overeat. Not that it applies to any of you watching.
So you can share with that friend.
Yeah, but we're going to share you all the tips that you can share with the other people in your life that this may benefit. And we're also going to talk about how to know when to use the Digest tabs versus the DigestZen oil versus soft gels. Like, when do I use what? What are the differences? And so, Melissa, you want to share with us a little bit about this?
I do. And I'm going to start by saying, hey, once you start taking care of your body and you're eating right all the time, you're eating clean, you're doing these kind of things, that's awesome. And your body is like, yes, thank you. The downside is that when you do something that your body doesn't like, it lets you louder and stronger and more quickly than it did in the past. So let's just say this is new to you, and last Thanksgiving you didn't have that much of a problem. You may experience more discomfort than you're used to because your body is like, whoa, we don't eat like that anymore. So this is something really for everyone to think about, especially if maybe you have done Whole30 recently and you've really changed your diet. And then all of a sudden you're just like face first in the pumpkin pie. Your body's going to be talking to you. So there's nothing wrong with indulging. There's absolutely nothing wrong with indulging, but you kind of need to have a plan of attack going in. It's not one of our letter D's, but I'm going to tell you, start out with your TerraZyme before you eat. If you know you're sitting down to a heavy meal or a lot of sugar or anything that you just is not for your diet, take some TerraZyme to start with. That will help your body to start breaking down those foods, help you process them more easily, and you're going to get less of the bloating feeling, the sick tummy, all of that will just, that's your first plan of attack. Be proactive before you even start. So moving on to the letter D, just tabs, I think, are best for when you're feeling that would replace like your Tums or something like that. So when you're feeling heartburn or just that kind of feeling, that's when your tabs are for. The DigestZen oil and the DigestZen soft gels, that's more of a preference. Myself, I don't like the way that DigestZen tastes because I don't like black licorice. If you're a licorice fan, then you'll taste. If you're not, you won't. It's just pretty much that simple. If you don't like the taste, take the soft gels. If you don't mind the taste, you can put a drop under your tongue. It's going to give you the same results either way, but this will help with that feeling of when you just ate too much, you start to feel bloated. You can take a pill, you can take a drop, you can use the touch, which is already diluted. You can put that in your belly button, or you can put a drop of the straight oil right in your belly button. Those are all different ways that will help you get the bloated kind of yucky feeling to go away.
And just to clarify with you, Melissa, so the oil and the soft gels are literally exactly the same, right? Just one is in.
The oil is just, the soft gels is just the oil that's in a pill form. So that way you can take it and you don't have to taste it. So that's how I see it. And it's portable. You know, you can put a couple, you can put a couple in a baggie and bring it with you to grandma's house, or, you don't want to have all your oils out and everything. This is very portable, having the soft gels.
And I feel like they're a little bit more convenient too. Like sometimes I may not want to have the oil with me because it might spill or something. And so I actually keep these in just a tiny little container in my purse. And I'm able to bust these out anytime that we've overeaten at Thanksgiving, or anytime that we've had something that doesn't quite agree with us. Yeah.
Or when our friend overeats.
Yes, when our friend overeats. But now, I don't know if this has been with you guys, but I've noticed that some people will tell me that they have faster results if they just apply the oil straight onto their stomach. Sometimes even faster than,
okay, so my experience has been that when I need the fastest oil on my stomach, followed by the digest tabs, and then it would be the soft gels. So if it's an issue, like if it's more just kind of an ongoing issue of, hey, I need some help, I love the soft gels for that. And my preference would be to use the soft gels instead of the oil. But if I feel really, really bad, I grab the oil and put it on my stomach.
Okay. And the digest tabs are exactly the same too, right? They just are in like a chewable.
Yes.
And they have calcium carbonate.
Yep. Which is why I think they're kind of a substitute for your Tums or something like that if you were doing that.
This is a link if you are, want to see studies on the digest tab and about how these can be effective. If you're like a researcher and you like the science and stuff. As a side note for my kids, I actually don't give them a whole one. Sometimes I'll break it in half, especially if I've got like my 5-year-olds, if they had trouble, I would sometimes take it in half and give it to them that way because I feel like they don't need the whole thing. So I like that you can switch it up. And these also I keep in my purse. I just used these just last night when we were out to eat, and my son said, my tummy doesn't feel good with what I'm eating, and gave him half of one of these, and he was completely fine afterward.
There you go.
Yes, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Well, okay, so let's move on and talk about, now if you guys have any questions about the DigestZen or any of the DigestZen line, feel free to comment below, even if you're watching this after the replay, and we're happy to come back and help answer your questions if we can. We'll do our best. But your other top question was, what about dill? Like, how to use that in the kitchen, and are there any other health benefits? And I've never even heard of dill. Anybody there?
What's the deal with dill?
What's the deal with dill? Okay, so let me show you guys. Let me see if I can find.
I see it. It's right there.
Did you see it? Oh, hold on. Well, hold on. Let me show you. So this is dill. It comes in a 5 milliliter bottle. This is not an oil that you can purchase regularly from doTERRA, but it was available a couple of summers ago at the same time when, what was the other oil we just talked about? The
Cumin.
Cumin, yeah. It came in the same group with cumin.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys can see it here. So some of you probably have this, maybe you don't know how to use it, so it's just sitting on your shelf collecting dust. Or if you don't have this, there's even a trading Facebook group where people will trade for this oil if after hearing this, you want it want to know how you can get it, or you can petition doTERRA to try to see if they will offer it again at some point. But here are some interesting facts about dill. And actually, let me show you. Let me see if it's going to let me share my screen here again.
Yeah, 2 of the other oils from that kit did go into permanent rotation, so it's not unusual that they would bring it back either permanently or to have some again. So
yes, so this is dill, and it comes from the parsley family. And I'm going to show you guys some. Now you can go straight to the doTERRA website and you can see some uses and benefits of this particular oil. But I'm going to share with you some things here. A couple of interesting things about the dill. Did you know that the word dill actually comes from an Old English word that means lull, like lull to sleep? Which makes sense why I've heard a couple of people using this oil and didn't realize that and found themselves falling asleep.
Really?
Yes. So I'm going to give you a blend that you can use with your dill. Roman chamomile combined with your dill can really help calm fidgety kids. Okay. So note to self, parents of fidgety kids, this is a calming oil.
Yeah, give us some more dill.
Yes. And okay, so think in terms of, this is spices again, right? This is a spice oil. So typically your spice oils are going to help with what? They're going to help with digestion. So so listen to this testimonial that Janet shared. She said the other day she had a very upset stomach, and at bedtime she said, I think I ate something. And she just rubbed a drop of dill over her stomach, followed by a drop of peppermint. And she said it wasn't a very pleasant aroma, but she said she fell asleep. And a little while later, she still felt awful. Well, she said, I still felt awful, and I expected to be running up to go to the bathroom. And she said, the next thing I knew, I was waking up in the morning and felt completely fine. So think about this oil when you're wanting to have a calming effect, and you combine it with something like Roman chamomile, or you want to have a calming effect to your stomach too, which is why spices and essential oils with spices in them are great to use in the kitchen as well, because they're going to help with that digestion. So I'm going to post a link in the comments for a great dill recipe with dill hummus recipe that you guys can use as well. And of course, it does have an aroma like dill. If you like dill, I love dill. So I really like the aroma, but who knew that it would have a calming effect? I had no idea. So, so we'll share that with you guys. And like I said, you cannot access this right now, but if you want access, comment below with dill, and we'll help you try to figure out how you can find an access to dill. The one other benefit to dill, a common use, is actually to help with normal cholesterol levels. So taking this in a capsule can really be beneficial to your cholesterol levels. So note to self on that one as well. Okay, so the next top question you guys had was, I love my DigestZen. Don't you guys? Do you love your DigestZen? And you love your Deep Blue, but what would be the benefit of having them in a touch version? Like, I'm already having these. Why would I need a touch version? Okay. So this is the DigestZen Touch, and this is the Deep Blue Touch. So all these are the oil inside a roller bottle, just like this, with the little stainless steel roller top. And these are pre-diluted. So here's when this would come in handy. So as a general rule, this is going to be just something that you can use for more convenience sake. Yes, you could actually make your own one of these, but it is more convenient to buy it ready to go. The other reason you might want to use it in a touch roller like this is that if you've got kids who may have a little bit more sensitive skin, or are maybe sensitive when you try to apply the Deep Blue oil itself, which you always want to kind of dilute that down. It can be a little bit too much, too spicy, too hot, too much for their sensitive skin. And so you can have these, you can carry these on the go with you and have them ready to go if you need them. The other reason I like these is if you are elderly or you are someone maybe with shaky hands, this can be much easier for you to apply something than putting a drop of oil or making a capsule or making your own roller bottle. You have something already ready to go that you can apply a lot easier and not have to worry about, having to make something like this yourself. I know that my parents, they very much appreciate not having to make their own roller, but having something already ready to go. So, so think about that. That would be some reasons. I don't know why. What are some other reasons? You guys have any other reasons why you use your touches?
Babies, because touch rollers are safely diluted at a ratio that is perfect to use with a baby.
With little feet.
Babies that have tummy issues, right? And so having that DigestZen ready to go for them in the touch is phenomenal because it works really well and you don't have to worry that they're getting too much.
No, my youngest one has grown up with that, and he doesn't know the name of it, but he knows which one it is. When his stomach hurts, he'll say, "Mommy, give me that one you put around my belly button." He knows.
Yes, totally. In fact, I that's why I love them too. And yes, babies. Now, of course, doTERRA didn't have the touch line when my kids were babies, so I was making my own rollers. But man, I would have loved to have had those ahead of time. Now, I want to tell you something that you may have not realized about your deep blue. So this is your soothing blend that you have. It has the wintergreen, the camphor, the peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, blue tansy. That's what gives it the little blueness to it, the blue tint when you use it. Your blue chamomile and your osmanthus essential oils. So, and it comes in a little 5 milliliter bottle like this. And most people that I talk to, this is in their top 10 most popular, most used oils, along with their DigestZen blends. These two blends are powerhouse blends that you want to have. If you don't have the whole rest of the line, that's fine, but you want to have those two oils, the DigestZen and the Deep Blue Soothing Blend. So I love using this, and you're gonna use this anytime you're having, need to have a soothing massage after a workout, before a workout. But you may have not realized that not only does Deep Blue come in the touch roller, but it also comes, these are Deep Blue, but they are actually different rollers. So I'm actually going to stop share so you guys can see more clearly here the difference between these two. So one, I don't know if you guys can see, but the only difference between these two rollers is in tiny print right here. This says touch. And so here's what the difference is. The Deep Blue Touch is pre-diluted. So just like Jennifer was saying, can use for little ones, this is pre-diluted and ready to go. This one is totally undiluted. It is straight oil. In fact, you can even see the difference. It's a lot darker colored in here from the blue tansy. You guys see how dark that is there. And I'll tell you the differences in when I use these differently. So my little boys, 6 years old, but they've been using this oil since they were about 3 or 4 when they started having some growing pains. So they use the touch. But for me, that doesn't help me when I have head tension. So when I have head tension, this is the one I'm breaking out, the straight, undiluted Deep Blue. It seems to have the more penetrating action. I can really kind of address the head tension right away. So that would be some benefits of having one versus the other. And plus, it's a little bit more convenient to use rather than putting on the straight oil here because it's in a roller form. So I can just apply it right to my temples, the back of my neck, that kind of thing. So, so did you guys know that you had 2 different roller options? So in your shopping cart, the actual difference would be, you're going to see one says touch and one just says Deep Blue roller. So that's going to be the difference. Don't get confused there and order the wrong one. Okay. And then of course your Deep Blue rub, which is the exact same thing. It's the oil in a lotion form. So again, just a preference of how you want to apply and how you're planning on using your Deep Blue is when you would choose to use these different ones. Does that make sense to you guys? And then Did you know that you can take Deep Blue in a capsule? Okay, this is not the oil, you guys, so don't freak out because the oil is not meant for internal consumption, but these capsules are. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see all about the Deep Blue polyphenol supplements here. How you want to apply and how you're. And this actually is a freebie. Those of you who are in our private customer group, the Essential Life Tribe, this is actually a freebie this month that we are giving away as part of our LRP club. So you could actually get this for free this month. But this has some polyphenols in it, including frankincense resin and curcuminoids. So think of your turmeric, but it's different from the oil. And ginger, green tea, pomegranate, and resveratrol. These are very powerful. These are capsules, so you can actually open them up. If you don't swallow pills well, you can open these up and sprinkle them on food. And then it has a tummy tamer extract. These are huge in using in combination with your Deep Blue oil products to help with those aches and pains. I will tell you, Jim and I, after we had oral surgery, we were supposed to be taking pain medications and we really didn't want to. And so this was actually a tool we used in our toolbox. We use it among other things. We also use some other oils too, but we were able to use these and not have to take any kind of pain meds after surgery. So that was really powerful for us to be able to do. I'll tell you also that one of my friend's husbands, he used to play pro baseball, and he had a ton of aches and pains with his hands. And he actually started having some addictions because of the pain in his hands. He was put back into play too early and then ended up having to have surgery, and like a whole snowball effect, he ended up having some major addictions. And he didn't want to be there in that place, but he wanted to be helping manage that in a more natural way. And he actually uses the Deep Blue polyphenol along with the oils and not having to use any of those anymore. So huge. Some people, I have friends that also use these for their headaches and their head tension. So just think about these anytime you're needing to add some help with. This is a way to internally address inflammation in the body and help the body respond better and bring your body back into balance with that. Hey, is there anything else you guys want to share about the awesome Deep Blue stuff?
Yeah,
no, that was awesome.
I know you're going to talk about the big C here in a minute, but I just want to share, I had talked about my dad a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about the bone nutrient complex. This Deep Blue is another thing that he uses to manage the pain that he has in that shoulder. He has really limited mobility because of everything that's going on, but this is something that really helps. He takes it on a daily basis.
Yeah, I love that. If you're just joining us just now and you're hearing about this and you're finding this would be valuable, click the share button. We really want other people in your lives other than yourself that you are coming to your mind right now. Share this with them if you think this would be of value to them. And if you're just now joining us, also go back to the beginning to catch our little freebie gift that we gave you. Okay, so we have two final questions that we're gonna get to, and oh my gosh, how do we cover this big, huge topic?
It is a big.
We're gonna have to just touch on it, but
yeah,
we can give you guys more info on this if you would like a whole thing on this.
Yes.
Somebody mentioned, I have the big C running through my family. I have people who their cells go wonky in my family. And what can I do to protect myself? Well, there's quite a few things that you can do, but we're going to give you at least one other tool in your toolbox. And Jennifer has some stuff to share about this.
Yep, absolutely. So we are going to talk about DDR Prime, you guys, and it comes in two different forms. Amy, you've got the oil there?
Yes.
With you? Okay, so you've got the oil. And I've got the soft gels. Okay.
Oh, and let's mention about the change in this oil real quick.
Yes. Yeah. So with the oil, there's been a change to it. They actually started adding summer savory to it. And so the new version has summer savory in it. That started when? Over the summer? And Litsea too, right?
Litsea, yes.
Summer savory was always in it. It was Litsea that they added to it.
Litsea was added, yes. Which just kind of gives more more power.
Yep, it does. It
More
kind of
power
amps
to
everything up
of all of this. And this is a 30 milliliter bottle, but they are now selling it in a 15 milliliter bottle. So
I saw that tonight.
Yes.
That it's a 15 milliliter now, which I think that's a good thing. A lot of the people that I know are using the soft gels instead. And you know, when we talk about soft gels with DDR prime versus using the actual oil, how do we do that? And why would we want to do that? Well, with the kiddos, you're probably going to want to dilute it and apply it in a roller to them, to, you know, their spine is a good place to put it. And you'll understand more about why there in a minute. But for the adults or anybody that can swallow these soft gels are so convenient, so handy. They are always in my purse. This is something that I just carry with me all the time. So now why do we do that? Well, when we are fighting things like the big C or autoimmune issues or really anything you think of in the body, you know, there's that certain core 10 oils that we all love, right? And then we have other things that should be like the very next oils that we buy. Last week we talked about copaiba. Copaiba is one of them. DDR prime is another. Yarrow palm is going to be another one, right? So there are certain things that we know benefit us in such huge ways in the body, in multiple ways, and DDR prime is one of those. We recently did a study with a group of people, and it was, whether it was adults or it was kiddos that were using the DDR prime. We did this study for 30 days and saw a major improvement, especially with kiddos that may be struggling with emotional issues, maybe on the spectrum, may have some learning issues that they deal with, some ups and downs during the day, that type of thing. They may struggle with sleep issues at night. And so this was something that was really, really helpful to them. And also in the adults, less inflammation, better sleep were some of the things that I heard, okay? So what DDR prime does is it helps us at the cellular level. And if we are fighting something like the big C, what do we need to do? We need to fix our cells, right? Because that's where it all starts. So what DDR prime does with the different oils in it, it's got frankincense. Can you put the other screen back up where it listed the oils that are in it?
Yeah, let me see.
Information sheet. Do you still have that? Or no?
Let me see.
Or do I have it? I have it.
I don't think I had that one.
So I'll just do a quick run over it because it is quite a bit to take in at one time. But so what DDR prime has in it is frankincense, wild orange, litsea, thyme, clove, summer savory, and nioli, and lemongrass. Okay. So what do those oils do? Well, frankincense, we talk about all the time, right? But here we're talking about it because when there's free radicals, which are the things that we don't want to deal with, it helps our body respond in a really healthy way to things in our environment that might not be good for us. Okay. And when we're talking about dealing with that big C word, there's a whole lot of that happening. Wild orange really promotes the cells responding in a healthy manner. Litsea helps the cognitive function, the brain function. So if you are somebody that feels like, my brain would just, like, I feel like my brain's not quite firing on all cylinders, this is a really, really good one for you to be using. Thyme helps with your immunity and your cellular health. Clove has really powerful antioxidants in it. The summer savory helps support us in oxidative stress. The nioli is for cellular immunity. And then the lemongrass protects us against the environmental threats. So when you look at all the different oils that come together in this one blend, like, it is such a heavy hitter. And I can tell you, for us, both Jacob and I see huge improvement in ourselves when we use this consistently every single day. So how would you use it? What are some of the best ways to use it? With the soft gels, you can take 2 of them a day. So that would be that. If you're going to use the oil and you're going to use it either on yourself or with the kids, up in the spine is the best place for it, right? And then also bottoms of the feet can be really good too.
Yes, yes. It is a spicier oil. So like Jennifer was saying, I put it in a roller and apply it to the spine and on the feet. Yeah.
You can also put it in your water.
Yep, you can also put it in your water.
I am not that brave, but yes, you can. Jim is that brave. He's done that before, though.
I've tried it. I actually like putting it in tea. Like if I did like a, just like a lemon tea or something like that, lemon ginger, it's really good in there.
Interesting. Now, we are not saying that this is a cure-all. What we're saying is this is another tool to add to your toolbox to help you. If you already know that this is in your family, then this is something that you want to be doing already to protect yourself, in addition to other things that you can be doing. So we're just saying that this is another tool in your toolbox. And the reason that they've gone to the smaller bottle, you guys, just to give you an idea, they're wanting to make it a more affordable. So I think it's $28 wholesale for the 15 milliliter bottle version. So just know that you're not getting gypped when you go on the shopping site and don't see one that's this big. They're just wanting to make it a little bit more affordable. If you guys want to know more about DDR Prime, because we just touched on some of the very benefits of it.
We could talk about DDR Prime for a whole Sunday Night Live.
In fact, we did. So if you guys want to see more about that, I'm posting a link in the comments called Sunday Night Playlist. And you guys can see all of the videos that we've been doing in our Sunday Night Playlist. And the one where we talked about DDR Prime is called Special Kids Special Challenges. And so you can find out more on that oil. We go a little bit more in depth there. And I have one more link that I would like to share with you guys, because I anytime anybody asks me about this topic, I give them this link. And it's a documentary called The Truth About Cancer. And if you haven't watched this, whether you have this in your family or not, you must watch this series. It is life-changing. And it's an 8-part series. The third part actually talks about doTERRA, so that's kind of a fun component as well. But it is a series that you must watch with your family. And so I'm going to post that in the link too, so that you guys can have access to that. Okay. Last topic. I have an artificial tree. Comment below if you have do you have a fake tree, or do you have a real tree every year? And some people, I know I have friends who've already had their tree up for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, I can't even imagine being that prepared. But yeah, comment below. We want to hear who has an artificial tree and who has a real fir tree in your home during the holidays. If you have an artificial tree, Melissa has some really great tips and tricks for making your house smell like a Christmas tree farm, right, Melissa?
Yes, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I love the idea of a real tree. I do, but in our family, we're listening to Christmas music on Halloween, not a joke. The next day, November 1st, we start pulling out Christmas stuff. So a real tree is just not going to happen, or I'd have to get more than one of them. So if you just love the smell, but you don't have one for whatever reason, there is so many awesome fir oils that you can use to make that and make it smell like a Christmas tree farm in your house. So of course we're going to start with Douglas fir, but I'm going to add to that. This is called fake tree spray. I'll post the recipe in comments, but it's going to be Douglas fir, white fir. If you don't have white fir, you can sub in the Siberian fir, and clove. So those are the oils that you need to make the blend. Then either put that in a spray and spray it all around like a room spray. You can make it so you can put it in your diffuser and just have that going all the time, or you can put it on clay ornaments and hang that on your tree. So there's options for making that happen, making it smell really nice. And you did happen to get your holiday piece, this is another option. It has Douglas fir in it. It has Siberian fir in it. It has Himalayan fir. It has, does it have the clove too? Yes. No, it does not.
I was going to say, I didn't think it had clove in it.
No, I was thinking of a different one. Anyway, it has all your firs in it is the important thing here. So you can use this as a spin instead of making the fake tree spray if you don't have all of those, or if you just want to use this one. So here.
I love that. Yay. And my husband says that Douglas fir is his love language. So if you have a man in your life who maybe likes the tree oils and maybe you don't have Douglas fir, I mean, I love it too, but man, I know so many men who love the tree oils. They're so grounding. And this is doTERRA. So this is not just for smelly, right? Yes, it's going to make our fake trees smell like we're in the fir forest, but there's going to be the emotional benefits to this too, right?
Well, you know, all the furs are really rounding and they're focusing. This one, the holiday piece, this is what I diffuse year round when we're doing schoolwork because of the focusing effect. Douglas fir is the oil of generational wisdom. So talk about keying into your wisdom and connecting generationally. It's a connecting oil. So there's so many properties to it that you're experiencing besides just making it smell like the holidays in your house. So if you love this, if you love these ideas that we just gave you for that, you're going to want to join us next Sunday because we are talking holiday survival kit, the oils that you need to have a happy, healthy, awesome holiday season. So
yes. And I love that. So if you are going to be joining us next week, which you are going to want to, we're going to interrupt our A to Z's. We're not going to be covering E and F next week. We're going to interrupt this series to bring you, just like Melissa said, we're going to talk about how to, what?
How to rock the holidays.
How to survive the holidays.
Yes. We're going to tell you what you need to have. Yes. Yes. Not only what you need to have in your toolkit when you go to grandma's house, but also what you need to have at your house when everybody's coming over. Okay.
Amen.
Bonus, I'm going to tell you the one oil that you must diffuse to get along with everybody all holiday season.
Oh, yes. Yes. We need that all around. Now, just this month. Now, if you are following us and you're like, I don't know what all these oils are, and you're new, comment below with newbie because we have a special gift this month. doTERRA is making available to anybody who is new to doTERRA, who comes in with any of their starter bundles. You get 50 free points, which is like $50 in free oils added to your account. And so this is a great time to get started, not only in your health, but in your wellness and giving that to your family. And that is actually available as well to any of you who are already current customers as well. You can help your friends and your family this holiday season as well. And you get 50 free points added to your account without even having to order anything. So if you want to learn more about that, comment below in the comments, 50 freebies. And we'll help you know how to be able to help your friends and family to be able to get that for you and for them. So I think that's it for tonight, right?
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Sherry and Bill. Glad you guys were on with us tonight, and we'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.
Bye.